Are you ready for the secret dump?
Hey guys, what's up?
Are you ready for the secret dump?
It's Natasha and Moshe, our producer, and many other people told us to not call this a secret dump.
I like it. I think it's a fun allusion to, I don't know if you know what dump is. It's a double entendre. It's not just getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff at once, but also it's poo-poo.
I like to dump on you sometimes.
Oh,
that
you mean emotionally?
That's the nice thing about quarantining with someone is you can kind of dump on them.
Right. And that's actually the nice thing about our sex life is I can kind of dump on you. Okay. Secret dump on you. That's our little secret. But wait, do you want to go over some of the pitched names? Because
I didn't hear them.
Well, some people pitched better names, and let's see.
Better than the secret dump?
I like secret dump, though it was my idea. I thought it was kind of fun.
Well, first of all, I'm saying the secret dump. You're saying secret dump.
It's a secret dump. I would say it's secret dump. It's not the secret dump.
Secret dump.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, what else? Let's see if we can top secret dump.
What not, no, Natasha. It's not secret dump. If you say it like that, then yeah, it's about shitting somewhere in private.
Secret dump.
A secret dump. A secret dump. Yeah, that's going to the Pentagon and taking a shit in the corner. Okay, let's find out what these people have to say. And by these people, I mean our listeners. Okay, here we go.
Secret dump.
Secret dump. Secret spill, someone says.
No.
And then that person says that kind of sounds like an oil spill the government is trying to cover up or something.
That's not good or funny.
Hey, these are not professionals. These are our listeners.
I'm just saying, at least secret dump, it's not good, but it's funny.
Secret dump.
Secret dump.
Not secret dump.
You know what, Moshe? I'm going to stress whichever word I want.
Well, it changes the meaning when you stress it that way.
Yeah, but who cares? It's still accurate.
Okay. Well, no, it's not accurate. A secret dump is a secret poo-poo.
Okay, what else do we have?
A secret dump is when you dump your secrets.
I don't like secret spill.
Okay. Loinsberry says, the black tank, a nod to Moshe Kasher's RV. I actually like that.
What kind of pandering is this to your
Why are you
hobbies?
roasting our listeners? First of all, Loinsberry, great pitch. I think it's really funny. The problem, of course, with the pitch is that a long time ago, over a year ago, I deleted the black tank altogether and I traded it in for a composting toilet. That way,
By the way, can I just say something?
Excuse me. Yes.
I walked in on you yesterday, and you were having like a really in-depth conversation with someone about your composting toilet.
Yeah.
What was happening? Why did you do that?
Because it's a miraculous machine.
Who were you talking to?
I was talking to my friend Jeremy, and he was thinking about getting a composting toilet himself. So I was going over some of the ups and downs of how it works, how the composting toilet works.
Yeah, I walked in on that. That was cool.
Yeah, well, we've had it for over a year, and Natasha still hasn't quite figured out how it works. But the composting toilet, it's a water-free miracle machine.
All right. Well, let me just, for anyone out there who doesn't know what this is, it is something it's like a toilet. It's really high up. It's filled with sawdust. And there are all these, hold on. There are all these different, what is in it? Wood chips?
It's sphagnum for peat moss. It's peat moss.
Okay, Moshe. Well, the sphagnum peat moss is in there,
Thank
but
you.
Just so I could tell the listeners so they really understand what's happening is there's different rules for every number you go.
Right. If you got to go number 1, you just go and it separates that pee-pee out into a little jug.
If you got to go number 2, you've got to open a slot.
You have to open a slot. Now, hold on. Here's what people don't know. The reason that sewage tastes so bad is the mixture of pee-pee and poo-poo together. That's what makes sewage really disgusting.
Okay, well,
when you separate them out, it stays relatively odor-free.
Well, I do think that this toilet is not really built for different bodies.
It's not, but you're right.
The little baby always shits in the pee spot.
Yeah, you're right. It's not.
And
it's not built for people that are incapable of remembering more than 3 steps.
No, because here's what you don't understand about small people. They climb up, myself included. You can't just like aim your shit to go in this little pod. It's going to go wherever it goes.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it's a miracle machine. That's all I can say. If you go number 1.
Oh, well, hold on. And then after you go number 2, you
close the slot.
You close the slot. You make sure that the toilet paper is gone, right, from the slot, and then you've got to churn a handle several times.
Yeah, you turn an agitator. That's right. That's right. And what's the result? What's the result?
Humiliation.
Zero smell. It just smells like soil.
It only smells like fibrological peat. What did you call it?
Fibrological peat?
What'd you call the peat moss? It was called
sphagnum.
Sphagnum.
I'm pretty sure it's called sphagnum.
Sphagnum?
Sphagnum.
Cool.
I think that's right. Anyway, Natasha finds the toilet a little too complicated to deal with. So we're not going to go with black tank. We could go with the composting toilet.
Oh, I forgot what we were doing. Okay, those.
What about the composting toilet?
That's the name of the secret dump?
Okay, fine. Maybe not. Awesomeness 805 says, I thought secret dump was perfect. Okay, especially with the first secret. Must have been a Poopa related secret. Secret party says a little sea kitty. Secret party.
I don't think that's better than secret
That's
dump.
more of an Epstein thing, right?
Yeah.
Steaming hot secret dump. So they're leaning further into it. It's Alexis Novak. Unfortunate extemporaneous says unfortunately named, or perhaps perfectly named. I'll have to listen to determine. Okay, why don't you listen
That's
before
like
you
not
go
even a fan.
Revolving doors. Things go in, things go out. At any rate, I don't think we have anything that beats the secret dump at this point. The closest was the black tank, but again, I think we're secret dumping. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do we dump now, or should we talk about our little trip?
We can talk about our trip.
Just got back from Mount Zion National Park. Oh man, it just was so cleansing, man. It was so amazing. I had so much fun.
I'm glad.
What about you?
I loved it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
We found watering holes. We found waterfalls. We rented bikes and went for sunset bike rides with 1,000-foot bright red cliffs. We went climbing. We went hiking. It was just a great time had by all.
I mean, our child did scream a few nights, so there wasn't a lot of R&R, in my opinion. The problem with camping is you do kind of feel like you're like a dock worker as well. You know, there's like a lot of work and chores involved.
It's like vacation, but you're also a dock worker.
That's kind of how it feels.
Well,
but it was still amazingly beautiful and fun. It's just like totally different than like relaxing in a hammock.
Our friend Nick,
doing your thing.
Our friend Nick Thune came with us, and we all jumped in this river called, I think, Sand Creek State Park, and we went swimming in this river. It was really nice. And then as we were driving away, Nick started texting. He's like, "Are you guys itching? Do you guys feel itchy?" And I will admit I had a slight itch. And then we got a call about 20 minutes later. He had pulled over on the side of the road in some random town in Utah and asked to paid a hotel $40 so he could shower because he had something called the swimmer's itch.
Grody.
True Grodes.
So glad I didn't get that.
And then, is this boring? Then on our way back, the RV broke down, and I called. What do you guys think about this? I called AAA.
Oh, this is what we wanted to bring to the people.
To the people. I called AAA, and I was on the phone with AAA for 2.5 hours. Truly 2.5 hours. I'm not joking. I mean, I'm not exaggerating or joking when I say I was on hold with AAA for 2.5 hours. In that time, another broken down vehicle pulled into the gas station, pulled over, called AAA, got a tow truck to come and was towed away while I was still waiting on hold. Something was going on. And basically, Natasha called a friend and had somebody come pick her and the baby up and took off. And I stayed.
I already suggested what I thought you should do.
What's that?
Hang up on AAA
Yeah.
and pay $200 to have an independent company come tow you.
Okay.
You just got a job.
Okay.
Who wants to sit? You were trying to get it for free, so you sat on the phone
not
for
free.
2 hours.
It's a service that I already paid for.
But they didn't answer.
Now, listen, you're right. Okay, here's what really happened. I called AAA. I was on hold for 55 minutes. The call disconnected. I called back, and I was on hold for another hour and a half before I finally gave up and called a private tow company and paid $250 to get towed the rest of the way
But my
home.
suggestion was do that to begin with.
So don't ever call AAA.
Well, if once you already wait on the phone for more than 25 minutes, I just feel like
So why have AAA? Why not just...
don't have it, I guess.
You have it. It's your account. Why do you have AAA?
I probably forgot to cancel it.
Because you prefer to just call private companies and get towed?
No, I don't prefer to call private companies, but like I do think that one of the things that is going to start happening is people are going to be grossly understaffed, and that's how people are going to pay, and that's like going to be part of the new world order, and it freaking sucks.
It freaking sucks, dude.
I'm trying to not say fuck because my kid's now saying fuck, so I'm trying to like...
Well, this is the podcast. She doesn't listen, does she?
I know, but I'm like, trying to take it out of my muscle memory. That's why I started to say
you're trying to stop
frick.
swearing? And you're going to say frick instead? You want a child saying frick?
I say frick a lot.
I don't say frick?
I have started to because then she starts saying fuck.
So are you comfortable with her saying frick?
Not really.
She's going to say frick if you say frick.
Well, you know when we pulled over in the car, she was like, fuck, what's fuck?
I think it's funny and cool. And it makes her seem older. And tougher.
Two.
Yeah, she seems at least 3. I think it's cool.
All right.
You know she started smoking. Did I tell you that?
I cannot stand behind frick. So
at any rate, the question is, what would you do, listener? Would you not call AAA even if the hold times were a little bit absurd when you've been paying for the service and it's free, or would you just immediately call? I had what's known as the sunken cost fallacy. Do you know about that?
Yes.
Like in Vietnam, where we couldn't pull out of Vietnam because we'd already lost so many men in Vietnam and spent so much money in Vietnam. And so if we pulled out, even though we were losing the war, there was no way we could win. We would just have to eat all that loss. So I was having all that loss from the time served on hold.
I hear you, but here's what I factor in. And maybe if you were like a bachelor on your own, maybe you drove out to Santa Monica. Yeah, I hear you. But we had just, come off of a 9-hour car ride in your RV with a 2-year-old who's crying.
3. She says fuck.
With a 2-year-old who's crying, and you already are on call 55 minutes. Like, I wouldn't have called back for the second round of 55 minutes.
Maybe you're right. Listeners, what would you do? I just think you call AAA because you're paying for the free service. At any rate, in the end, I did succumb. Oh, and also, what would you do if your husband was on the side of the road broken down? Would you jump in the car with a friend of yours and just drive home and leave him to get fucked?
First of all, I had a baby, and also...
Okay, you got a baby. You got a 2.5-year-old that swears.
I would definitely call AAA if I remembered the next day and, complained about it, because that's really unfair. It should not be a 2-hour wait.
Here are the questions for you, our listeners. Did Natasha do the right thing by leaving me behind? And did I do the wrong thing by waiting that long on hold? We await your answers offline.
We're 30 minutes from LA in a gas station by an underpass. I'm not, spending 2 hours waiting for a free service that's clearly not going to pick up.
Those are the questions for you, fair listener. We'll take your answers offline. And now,
here's the secret.
Let's dump.
Hey, so I got a secret. So in high school, I knew this guy, and he came up to me and he's like, hey, this wasn't random. We were having a conversation. And he goes, do you ever just, you want to, touch dogs in weird places? And it is, it threw me off, a lot. And I'm like, no. And then, I obviously didn't talk to him for a long, long time. And turns out, a couple years ago, that guy ended up shooting a mall. He shut the mall up. So, yeah, I guess take that as you will. Thanks.
Wait, he said, do you want to touch dogs in weird places first? That was his first.
That's a gateway drug.
Wow.
Did you know that?
Shoot up a mall?
Did you know that, though?
No.
That fingering a pit bull is a gateway drug to mass shootings. It's true. It's documented.
No, but other people have called in and said that they used to like to kill frogs and stuff.
Killing an animal definitely is a red flag for becoming a person that hurts people. That's pretty crazy. So
I'm interested in the kid who was friends enough to just be like, hey, like trusted this guy who called enough to be like, do you want to just touch dogs with
when
me?
you're young, you throw some shit out there, you know? you start seeing like where people's... I remember when I was like 12, we all rented a porn, and I got so horny that I just started jerking off, and there was like 5 guys in this house we were at, and nobody else was jerking off.
You were doing it by yourself?
Well, everybody was there watching the porn, but I was kind of like in my pants, kind of. I just feel like
wait, whoa! You're not supposed to jerk off with your friends, are you? Is that a
what
thing?
do you mean supposed to? I don't know what. I don't know.
Wait, you guys get together and watch porn together, and then put your
12,
hands down your pants together?
Okay, here's the deal. We had this friend like named Little Mikey Rip It Up, and he was like 37, but he was like a little cognitively impaired, and so he hung out with us 12-year-olds. So we could get him to like buy us booze or rent us pornos.
Your mom let you hang out with a 37-year-old?
My mom didn't know about Little Mikey Rip It Up.
Oh my God.
What do you think? I was like, hey, Mom, I'm going to hang out with my 37-year-old homie. Actually, what happened was he was living in this like attic space above the this church in Oakland. And the church called our parents and was like, you guys know this dude's 37. And I swear to God, we were like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like, it was always a little weird. This was, that, like, just that we found out he was a little off, And we always just thought, like, he was, like, a cool adult. But then we just actually realized, like, oh, he was just a person that had a similar brain to a 12-year-old, essentially. And, like, we were like, he just seems so cool and down to kick it, But anyway... I did. There was porn, and it wasn't that weird. If I recall.
Wait, why were you telling me that though?
That when you're young, you
throw stuff out there.
You throw stuff out there that doesn't make any sense as you would get older to throw out there. But when you're young, you're just kind of doing stuff like that. But I don't know. Tosh, let me ask you a question. Serious question. What would you rather do? Honestly, would you rather touch a dog in weird places or shoot up a mall?
Well, obviously, touch a dog.
Yeah, me too.
Let's hear another secret.
Okay.
Hi, guys. I have a secret. It is that anytime I purchase a new pair of pants or stumble upon a new pair of pants, I have to masturbate in them. I have to masturbate while wearing the pants before I wear them out in public. So... that's my secret. Thanks.
Dude, people's sexuality is so bizarre and multifaceted, and the things that turn people on is so weird and interesting. Like, why is this...
Was this turning her on, or is this an OCD thing?
That's a great question. Is she horny because she puts the pants on, or are the pants not wearable until she, blasts a little bit in them? That's a good question. I don't know. But also, like, why do certain things connect to sexuality? It's so interesting. You know what I mean? Like for me, like anytime when I'm out in the streets, if I see like a police officer, right? I pull over, I immediately jerk off 4 times, right? And if I see a fireman, I pull over and I just I pull out 5 pubic hairs, eat them, and then jerk off 3 to 7 times. You know what I mean?
Gross.
It's gross, but it's who I am. It's my truth. That's who I am. If I see a person that works at a grocery store, I tip my cap and I say thank you for your service. And I don't masturbate at all, but I honor them.
Yeah, that seems extreme. Probably she doesn't
have...
The
pants thing?
Yeah.
Probably she doesn't have what?
A lot of pants. Maybe she only has like 3 pairs, so it's like she's just kind of been horny lately or something. Like imagine how many pairs of pants you had if you had to do that. Because you have
I jerk off so much, or because I buy so many
You
clothes?
have like 900 pairs of khaki pants.
I do have a lot of pants.
And you have like 65 pairs of the same shade of blue jeans.
Okay, let's hear another secret.
Hey guys, I just wanted to call to leave a secret, which is that I had a seizure recently. Told my family that it was random, but it was actually because I had just been having sex and came for a minute straight without breathing. That was on accident. I intended to breathe, but so shout out to my ex for that, and now I gotta make some neurology appointments. Anyway, have a great day.
Yo.
So why did she have to tell her parents that she had this long orgasm?
Yo, she came so hard that she had a seizure.
Does that happen?
I don't know. I feel pretty confident in my dick game, but I've never made a woman call an ambulance.
Well, we don't know that that's what happened.
She just said. I've never had a woman had to call a neurologist.
Wow.
Have you ever, like with us, be honest, when we're making love, have you ever been so like in the throes of orgasmic bliss that you were like, this might be a medical emergency?
No, honey.
Okay, let's hear another secret.
Hi, Natasha and Moshe. I have a pretty juicy secret that I'd like to talk about. So recently I did the whole spit thing for Ancestry.com. I wanted to track my DNA and see where my ancestors were from. So I did the whole spit thing, sent it in, forgot about it for a couple years. Logged back in recently and saw that I had a message waiting for me. The subject line read, I think I'm your brother. And I read through it and it seemed like we were either half siblings or possibly like first cousins or something. And so I did a little sleuthing. I added him on Facebook. I just
Pause.
You
She's going to fuck him. Let's see. Let's find out what happens.
The whole thing to try to just kind of connect with him and ask him some questions. And he responded, and we were chatting back and forth, and he seems pretty cool. Turns out, yeah, he was my dad's son from when my dad, I think, lost his virginity or something. So it was pretty crazy. Told my dad about it. I didn't keep that a secret. But so we kept this conversation going back and forth for a while, and everything seemed pretty cool. He liked the same authors I liked. It was really interesting to see how many similarities we had. And then it kind of took a turn. and he started talking about how he had hyperthyroidism and how he was like dropping weight really quick and all this stuff. And then I'm at work and all of a sudden I see this Facebook Messenger notification come up. He had sent me a picture of himself with a towel draped just over his brother parts, just hanging nice and low, and really just like showing off his entire body except his brother parts. And it was really shocking. I almost started crying and laughing at the same time. And I really don't know if there's like some weird attraction. I don't know. I don't really get it, but it was very shocking. And I've had like pretty much no contact with him since then. So, you know, very shocking, very disturbing, and that's my secret.
Brother parts? I see no point in finding out who your relatives are. Isn't the whole point of siblings that you were raised with them, so you have like shared enemies or something, or shared parents?
Yeah, same. You wouldn't be curious to meet a long lost sibling?
At my life right now, no, because I feel like someone would like want something from me because I'm mildly in the public eye.
Dude, how gross are guys? That like
exactly.
This dude was just like, you know what? She is a little fly though. She might be my sister, but I don't really know her like that. It's like, I do have a nice body. You know what? I'm gonna just toss this one out there just to see. Guys are so gross, man. It's incredible. Yeah. I could see it though. It's a little hot, kinda. You know?
But it's weird that he followed it up right away with the picture. It's like,
no, they were going back and forth.
Right, but like, it's the whole thing is off.
Just the whole meeting up with a sibling, period.
Yeah, like what does he want? And then he tries to make
He's trying to smash.
He's trying to smash.
Yeah. Trying to make two halves into a whole.
Well, I think that...
I also don't love the fact that she calls penises brother parts just because of him.
No, she was calling it that because of him, I think.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, there's some warped shit happening there.
Well, she was... How did you call that?
But she didn't fuck him. I was wrong.
No, but, like, she was kind of giggling.
Well, how juicy
she would have. It seemed like she would have.
How juicy could a 23andMe situation really be, you know? I mean, something fucked up was going to happen. There's a great movie about this called Lone Star. I won't ruin the ending, but you should watch it.
Lone Star?
Yeah.
Okay.
Geez, I don't know. I wonder if she's going to contact him again. Because to be honest with you, she didn't really sound like...
She seemed like she thought it was cute and funny.
She thought it was 70% horrifying, 30% a little intriguing.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, I don't know. She's trying to get that hyperthyroid.
But maybe he was lying?
About the hypothyroidism?
No, about being her brother?
No. Clearly not.
Because they had so much in common.
And he did all the math for her, all the DNA.
Right.
Would you ever fuck like a sibling at all?
Yeah, I think I would.
You would? Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I'm really glad we could open up to each other. I wouldn't because I'm not a fucking freak. Let's play another secret.
So, my secret is that I'm a dog walker, and we were at a park, and I don't know if you realize how hard it is to go to the bathroom during a pandemic, but I was about to shit my pants, and I didn't want to do that. So the park was empty, and I went behind a tree, and then a few days later, there's not a whole lot of options in the area, and the dog and I were back there, and I let him off leash, and I wasn't paying close enough attention, and he went back behind the trees, and he ate it. So I accidentally fed my client's dog my shit, and now I can never tell him about it or look him in the eye again. Anyway, thanks for hearing me out.
This is why I don't like my dogs anymore.
Because they eat shit. Yeah,
They're
right.
disgusting. Like if the baby shits, they want to eat it. It's fucking gross.
I think it's actually very beautiful. Speaking of beauty, this woman, how about her little sing-song? It was like one of the grossest stories you could tell, but it was like her iambic pentameter was just like, I don't know if you know how difficult it is to go back to the park. I was there after dark. My pants were full. I wanted to pull down my drawers and go blah-dow. I kind of appreciated her for that. Yeah, dogs are gross. I mean, it's a classic truism. They like to eat doo-doo. What can you do? But why do they go for the human shit?
I don't know. They're gross.
Let me ask you this. Would you eat human shit?
You're like asking me these questions that are joke questions. Mm-hmm. And then if I don't say the right thing, you're like getting annoyed at me.
When did I get annoyed?
Yes, I would eat human shit.
That's the wrong answer. Fucking Jesus. Let's play another secret.
Hey, Natasha. Hey, Moshe. My secret comes from when I was 9 years old. I got a science kit for Christmas, and the science kit came with a microscope and a bunch of samples. And being a 9-year-old boy, I quickly got tired of those samples and decided to make my own. And so I started to conduct an experiment on my pee to see if my pee would look different depending on what I ate. And instead of disposing the samples after I was done, I was worried if I came to the basement, came upstairs, my parents would catch me and I'd get in trouble. So I did the logical thing and started to hide them around the basement. And one day my dad caught one of the samples and started to find all the other ones. And at this point, I realized I was probably too old to be doing this, so I blamed it on my 4-year-old brother. And I'm a firm believer in karma, and I'm sure if I have kids one day, the universe will pay me back, and they will be doing weird shit like that. Anyways, love you guys. Love the podcast. Thanks. Bye.
I mean, if your parents get you a science experiment kit, like, what else are you going to test on?
You mean if you got our daughter a science kit, and then 6 months later you found tiny jugs of her piss around the house, you'd be like, I'm so proud of this teeny little doctor.
I wouldn't not think it was beneficial somehow. I mean, she's weighing and considering, trying to figure things out, experimenting.
So hold on a second. Our daughter gets a science kit, starts pissing in jugs, hiding them around the house. That's her being a scientific entrepreneur. That's her being, testing hypotheses. You're proud of that. But your husband, the man that you love, who you've known longer than your daughter, gets a fucking composting toilet, and it's somehow disgusting, and there's too many planks.
No, honestly, there's nothing I like more than discussing which number I'm going to go with my husband before I go. No, honestly, it really helps keep the romance alive. So I'm so glad you got that toilet.
Well, speaking of numbers, that was Secret Dump. Number 3. And you know what number 3 is, right?
Piss and shit at the same time.
Or
I know. Pee, piss, and the dog eats it.
That's going number 3. Don't they say number 3 is either diarrhea or vomit? I like yours better. Number 3, from this point on, is you piss and shit in a pile and your dog eats it. Number 4 is diarrhea. Number 5 is vomit. So I'm going to go number 5 is I'm going to go puke. And what's number 6?
I don't know, honey.
Remains to be seen. Well, Tosh, this has been real as fuck. I've gotten to know you really well, and I've loved every moment of it. And I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.